Hey guys, it's me, Delicious Delights. How are you guys doing? Hopefully well. Alright, so today's video I'll be talking about fruity ouds. And fruity ouds. I love fruity fragrances in general, so mixing that with oud is totally up my alley. So I have been testing a lot lately, not just lately, just for a long time. I've been testing a lot of fragrances, and these two are ones that stick out most to me when it comes to fruity oud. So let's begin. The first one is from the house of Mancera, and it's called Pink Prestigium. And Mancera and Montal, they're related. They are fragrance houses that do a lot of ouds. Just so much. I don't even know how many fragrances these guys have, but I would say like about half of them are oud fragrances, if not more. So it's kind of hard, honestly, to keep up with the catalog of this house, which is a little bit overwhelming, I think. But I got this in Paris, mostly because of the bottle, if I'm not mistaken. But when I actually tested it really quickly in the store, I actually really liked it, and I've been liking it since then. So what does this fragrance smell like? I have it here. Really cute little travel spray. And I sprayed it onto the paper. And this is a citrus oud, a citrus fragrance that revolves around a very sweet, tart, and juicy pink grapefruit. It's very juicy, like it almost feels like I'm wearing pink grapefruit juice, like the kind that you would get at the supermarket in a carton. Yeah, it's very watery, and I really like that about it. But not like that, not just that, not like that, not just that. Another thing that I like about this fragrance is that the oud in here is a very subtle kind of oud that behaves very strangely on my skin. And the oud in here kind of just pops its head in and out of my skin, kind of like a turtle head, where it would like just appear like this and then come back. I know that's a really weird analogy, but that's how the oud behaves on my skin with this fragrance, which is totally fine because I just never get bored. I get whiffs of it. For like hours, I would just smell citrus, and then I would just like wave my hand like this, and I get this big whoosh of oud, and I'm like, ooh, that's nice. And that would be like continuing throughout the whole duration of this fragrance, which is very long, as are a lot of Mancera fragrances. Another thing I want to mention about this fragrance is that the oud in here and the citrus, the pink grapefruit, they just seem to work really well together, as if they're like dating. It's like a give and take relationship where, you know, the citrus would be supporting the oud at some point during the day, and vice versa. The oud would be holding on to whatever's left of citrus throughout the day. And at some point, like hours and hours later, the citrus notes do fizzle very slowly, and it goes away, and then on my skin I'm left with a very beautiful, soft, subtle oud that is still very sweet, and there's also a very small touch of florals on my skin. So I know it's very specific on how this behaves on my skin, but that's what happens on me, and I love that. I love that about this. It keeps me alert. It makes me appreciate this fragrance even more. And my second recommendation is a fragrance that I've been wearing for 3-4 years on and off. I've gone through some decants of it. I have still a lot left. I don't want a bottle of this because it's just so potent that it would literally take me lifetimes to finish a bottle. So I'm honestly okay with decant of it, and I have also some leftover samples of it. And it's from the house of collab, and it's called Emir. And I have it sprayed here on a paper. And this is also a very strange citrus oud, where in most fragrances in general, you would normally have, upon first spray, you would normally have like the lighter notes, like citrus notes on the top. And that's exactly what I'm like tongue-tied. That's exactly what you would get in the first moments of a fragrance. But for some reason on my skin, Emir, when I first spray it on my skin, it's like a big cloud, intense, strong cloud of oud. Like the strong, masculine, heavy, dark kind of oud. And then you're like convinced in your mind, if you haven't tried it before, you're convinced that this is definitely just straight up oud. But after like seconds, this is when the citrus comes, which is really weird. Like usually, like I said, usually it's like citrus and then whatever's left in the base and in the mid notes. But this one, it's all oud for like really intense oud for like 10 seconds. And then this beautiful army of orangey, tangy, peppery citrus walks in and takes over the oud on my skin. Yes, it's a very spicy, peppery, earthy, sweet orange that mixes in with the oud. And it's just a nice smell that I enjoy wearing for the whole entire day. I don't get bored of this. I just like the smell. And after that big dramatic opening, there's not much going on after that, to be honest. It's just a mix of heavy oud and a beautiful, spicy, peppery, sweet, earthy, tangy citrus orange. I just really like it. The sweetness is maintained throughout the whole entire fragrance. Same with the oud. After that beginning part, it doesn't really do much. I'm just left with a linear, beautiful, tangy, citrusy oud. And that's basically it. But just for that opening alone, that's why I chose this one to talk about. Also because I've been wearing this for a long time and I've always loved it. All right, so those would be my two picks for citrus ouds. I realize that to some, it might sound a little abstract the way I describe fragrances. I know, I feel you, I agree with you, but when it comes to reviews, I just really want to capture how I feel, like my feelings, my emotions, and try to portray that onto you and try to make a review out of that instead of me focusing on notes. Because I know that you guys can all type in Fragrantica and check the notes. And we all know that notes are pretty misleading. They can also lead you to think more biased because you're looking for certain notes. And I don't think that's the way I personally want to experience a fragrance or review it. I just want to review it in a way where I can relate to it. So if that's coming across to you guys and you guys are trying to understand the way I feel through these fragrances by my reviewing style, then I'm very happy and I appreciate it. It's not a knock to anyone who does like to talk about fragrances when it comes with the notes and everything and talk about the notes. But as I said, notes behave differently on different people. Same with longevity. It's always different on different people. And projection as well. So those are other things that I don't focus as much on because everyone will experience differently. And that also applies to any fragrance. Regardless of the notes, what the notes are, people will always interpret a smell differently depending on I guess, the way they think, their experiences or whatever, or what they can relate to. So that's just another answer to the question that gets asked to me a lot. So there's your answer. I hope that answers it. Okay, so that's my video today for my citrus ouds. Of course, I'd love to hear from you guys for any other suggestions and anything else. Just want to say hi, just drop by and say, hey, what's up? That's all good too. I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll be back with another oud video soon. Have a great day, guys. Bye.